All right, we have Vanbanner on the channel once again. This is the VBAD 211. Comes with this brushed stainless steel case, which is really cool. Vanbanner logo there. Open it up. Typically, there we go. The instructions are right there. Very simplistic for people that really aren't very familiar with watches. This will definitely do the trick. But for guys like us that are watching this, you just throw that away. A little bit of a foam here and some foam inside to protect the watch. Reminds me of the Fossil days when you used to get Fossil watches. So put that aside. It comes with this polishing cloth with the Vanbanner logo there. And if you ever ask, does it come with enough links? Well, there you are. Plenty of links, and this is a really cool bracelet, by the way. So you're probably asking, where the heck's the watch? Well, there it is on the wrist, guys. Beautiful, beautiful watch here. Butterfly clasp, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but at least you can close this either way. There is no first, second, you could actually close either side, and no worries there. So, and very clean look, as you can see there. So what are we getting? Are we getting a 316L stainless steel all the way around, 40 millimeters in diameter? I'm going to take this off to show you. We're also getting a 46.5 lug to lug, 20 millimeter lug width, and we're getting 13 millimeters in thickness. So let me show you how to utilize the GMT function. We're going to click it out to the first position, and as we turn it in this direction, we are changing the date. Simply go the other way in the other direction. We then change the GMT hand. Hacking movement with the second crown position, and we go around the world here, and we're going to find out exactly where the date changes, and we're going to go around one more time here, and let's see where the date changes. So we're starting to change right around 11ish, and it actually switches over right at 12:02, 12:03. Very nice attention to detail there. We do get the Vanbanner logo on the crown, and guess what? We're also getting the black Japanese luminescence on the crown, but we're also getting that on the bezel as well. But that's also going to be mixed in. Well, we're also getting that red lume as well, which is also Japanese, but we also are getting Swiss Super-LumiNova C3 on the inside of the sandwich dial here with the indices, the handset, and the tips of the GMT and seconds hand. I love the fact that they do the contrast red. That actually does make this whole watch pop. And the red at night, that pip really does glow. Vanbanner has a way of looking outside the box and doing things not everybody else is doing, and they execute that very, very well. We're also getting a 48 click bi-directional bezel. Very solid clicks. I found that the 48 is a bit odd, but it does work, as you can see here, and it is very solid. There is absolutely no play whatsoever. But yeah, they went with 48. The other strange thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and I'm going to just go through the things that I'm not a huge fan of as we go along. I'm never a huge fan of butterfly. Also not a fan of the fact that this is not a screw down crown, by the way. So we do get a little bit less water resistance than we would with a screw down. This one here is going to be 100 meters of water resistance from a GMT. So, it is suitable for like light swimming, but you got to be careful with that. You can't go diving, or definitely not a diver indeed. So, and at the end of the day, I know it's not pretending to be a diver, but it is diver style. And typically with GMTs, and I'm not comparing, but you do get a lot of water resistance with GMTs. You can take them under the water, so just a little bit disappointed that it's not a screw down. But besides that, I think there's a lot to like about this particular watch. You are getting a textured dial, so you're getting that sand texture. You're getting a sandwich dial. You're getting the stainless steel brushing on the bezel itself. And you would look at these numbers and think to yourself, these don't look like they would be luminescent. But you'd be wrong, because when we turn off the lights, you'll see that these glow really nicely along with that black luminescence on the crown itself. I'm going to give you guys a listen to the crown. There you go there. So you're going to probably ask yourself, well, before we get to that, when it comes down to the crystal, we do get a beveling. It is a flat sapphire crystal with AR coating underneath, which definitely gives you some clarity on that dial. Now, when we flip the watch around, we do get a nice Adroit branded logo there on the Seiko NH34 movement. And when we take a look at the movement here on the time graph, we are getting 21,600 beats per hour. This is a 24 joule movement at 41 hour power reserve, hand windable, but also automatic with that rotor. Now the case back has a very interesting design. You get this gear look here, and you know, it's really cool to look at, but I have to admit, when I'm winding, I do feel it back here. It's a little rough. I can't say it's something that it would stop me from buying the watch, but it's something that I do feel. But I do like the look of it, and at the end of the day, I like the fact that LV, he looks outside the box, and he's always doing something unique, and for that I really do appreciate. I also appreciate the fact that he does the polishing, and look at that, I got some Play-Doh on my fingers there from playing with my daughter earlier. So for those of you that like to stare at my fingernails and write in the comments, well, there you go. There's some Play-Doh there for you. Yep, here's some blue there for you as well. So type away. I love to hear your comments. So you do see like a diamond shape on this bezel. Check that out. So we get polishing on the outside, brushing on the inner bezel there. Really cool look. And then we get brushing again on the outside. I like how these lugs taper very, very nicely. You get the Vanbanner on the side. I know that's not a favorite to a lot of people. I never minded it. I do like how they have the ported holes so that you can actually size or take the bracelet off with ease without actually having to scratch up your lugs in the back. So that is a nice touch. So even though you're getting the portholes on the side here, this is also a quick release, meaning that we could take our fingers and simply squeeze. And I'm doing this one-handed, by the way, so bear with me. But there we go. One-handed, you can release, and there is your quick release right there. So you just take your fingers and squeeze these, and so there you go. And the reason why you get the holes there, so if you put another strap on that isn't a quick release, you can then just put your tool in there and release the spring bars. So pretty nifty and nice touch. This bracelet, very nice. I love this bracelet. Lots of detail. And again, very, very unique. You get brushing, you get polishing on the inner links. It's just one of those bracelets that, you know, you're just not going to see every day. And I like that. I like the fact that they do that. We do get screw links, which is another great added detail to the watch. There was another detail that I liked about this watch that I wasn't really expecting. What was it? Let's see. The bracelet does taper, by the way. We go from a 20 down to an 18 millimeters. Oh, we get a metal movement holder, by the way, guys. So that's actually a really nice added touch because you don't typically get metal movement holders. It's typically plastic, especially in this price range. So the fact that he uses a metal movement holder gives this watch a bit more of a premium. I've even seen some of the bigger brands, such as Tag Heuer, for instance, using plastic movement holders. So the fact that you're getting this watch for a lot less and you're getting a metal movement holder is a nice touch, and it just shows the attention to detail that Vanbanner is using with their watches. So really nice there. But I think overall, I think it's a good size. And the reason why I say that is 40 millimeters, it's not too big for most wrists. You know, even your wrist size is 6.5. A 40 millimeter is going to fit very nicely. And even on bigger wrists, a 40 millimeter is not going to look too small. I have a 7-inch wrist, and the watch actually looks very nice on the wrist. So I think a smart move using the 40 millimeter for this particular piece. Not too thick either. You know, we always get into the debate about how the GMT on the Tudor is really thick. And when we look at the two watches side by side, you can see that the Vanbanner is definitely thinner. So, you know, just because it's a GMT doesn't mean the watch needs to be thick. So when it comes down to the automatic, that's a different type of font, and you can see it curves up. Again, an interesting touch. You know, love it or hate it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you guys think down below, but definitely interesting and adds a little bit of flair to the watch. We do get the date window, which is color matched at the 5 o'clock position. Okay, not 5 o'clock. We're going to say in between 4 and 5. And it's readable. It's definitely big enough. No magnification needed. And you got the white contrast there. So I think overall, I think you're getting a good value for this watch. It's a GMT made by Seiko, the movement, I should say. And so you're getting a very reliable movement. You're getting solid construction. And at the end of the day, it's just one of those watches that doesn't look like everything else out there. And if you're looking for that unique piece, you're looking for that GMT with a little bit of playful color mixed in, but you're also looking for something that's reliable, this is probably the perfect piece for you. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And hey, I'll see you guys next time. God bless. Thank you so much for joining me.